Everybody's back from their European vacations. It's October.
Yes,
It's time to
sir.
OG pod again.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Hold
We're
on.
all
Let me just
Bon
have this
dia.
last piece of watermelon.
Tom barely counts.
Whoa.
Right? The Azores are like in the middle of the ocean.
That's Portugal.
It's not continental Europe.
That's Portugal.
Continental Europe.
Wow.
What about
So
the Canary Islands? That doesn't count either?
If you went to Iceland, you would be like, that doesn't count.
Is Iceland Europe?
What else would it be?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I thought Iceland was covered in ice.
What about Greenland? Is that Europe too?
That's not even real.
Greenland is nothing.
Greenland is no one lives there except for like one military base, right?
Okay, so there's no people. So there's no like Greenland like natives. Like there's no like cuisine or language or anything like that.
No.
Don't fact check this, but I'm pretty sure Greenland's like the size of Rhode Island, but because of the map skewing of the fact that they're on the north side of the map, the geographical map, it stretches the size of Greenland and it's actually tiny.
So it's not as big as it looks.
Oh boy. Oh,
it's a good angle.
Here we go. It's a good angle. Yeah.
We know when y'all using that zoom on them pics. Come on.
Oh,
now.
whoa.
What?
Let me say this before we get into anything. I made the mistake of just impromptu last night going to see Megalopolis.
Oh. Hello.
Yeah.
Nothing can prepare you for how bad that movie is.
And this is from the host of Cinephobe.
Yeah. Nothing.
You've seen more bad cinema than anyone walking this planet Earth, and you are saying that this takes the cake.
I mean, it is definitely one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
It is.
Is it worse than Ice Piercer?
Snowpiercer?
Snowpiercer?
That piece of shit. Oh my god. Like we all took a philosophy class. I get what Snowpiercer's about.
It's about class.
It sure is. And I took a philosophy class in college in my 3 semesters there. It's not deep. There's nothing deep about the movie Snowpiercer. But Megalopolis, look, I have thrown a lot of shade at Christopher Nolan, especially for the movie Tenet, where it's clearly just him masturbating for like 3 hours, right? That's all the movie Tenet.
Forwards and backwards.
I can't even tell you the level of senile masturbation that Francis Ford Coppola did in writing and directing this movie.
Disrespecting the legend. Wow.
He disrespected himself. It is atrocious. I saw before I went into it, I had a couple of friends telling me like you're not prepared for how bad this is. I'm like, I mean, come on, it can't be that bad. And then I saw a tweet where someone said, this movie is combining 2 of my favorite things, Citizen Kane and Revenge of the Sith. And I cannot tell you how accurate that statement is. It's just like I went to like the nice theater with like the recliners and you can order food and drinks and everything. I was the only one in the theater, literally the only person in there. The guy said to me, and I need
Did it just open?
Yeah.
I don't know when it opened, but I mean, this is, like 9:45 on a Monday, right? Like it's very last minute, but 9:45 on a Monday. And I'm literally the only person in there, which is also another reason why I went to this theater. And the guy in there, the waiter was like, have you been to this theater before? I said, oh yeah, a bunch of times. He goes, when's the last time? I go, oh man, actually, I don't think I've been there since Barbie. And he said, oh, well, you've got great taste in movies then. This one and Barbie, you just come here for the major productions. And I thought in the moment, I was like, is this dude fucking roasting me? Like, is this?
That's what he's doing.
What's happening?
He's looking at you in a certain way. Yeah.
If a grown man is willing to work at a movie theater, that means like he's really into movies for sure.
Yeah.
And so he's one of those guys. He's a film bro.
He had to have been making fun of me.
So Nando saw it. and reviewed it. Our friend Nando Vila.
Yeah.
He gave it 5 stars, Zach.
What?
On Letterboxd, and he said this is like if they gave Tommy Wiseau and the landlord from Big Lebowski $120 million to make a movie. Go see it in a theater.
That's very accurate. Not the 5-star part, but that is very accurate. It's like there's a whole scene where it's just Hamlet. He's just reading lines from Hamlet. It's a star-studded cast.
5 stars.
It's
he spent his own money on it.
Are you guys in on Adam Driver?
I'm not out.
I think he's gotten a little too big. He's gotten every part for like 5 years now. And I it's not appointment viewing for me. Like I still haven't watched Ferrari.
No, I still haven't seen it yet.
Really enjoyed Ferrari. Watched it on a plane. I thought it was great.
Great plane movie. Yeah.
What
was that other one with Matt Damon, the Ford one? The
Ford versus Ferrari?
Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah, also good.
Adam Driver's in that too?
No, that's just Tom naming Ferrari movies now.
Okay.
Yeah, with Driver. I think there's Drive, also a great movie. Drive.
Yep.
Ryan
I hate
Gosling.
the movie Drive. I hate that movie.
Oh,
Terrible.
You know who looks like Ryan Gosling? Alex Smith.
The quarterback?
You do not look like Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah. Look at if you put his jawline and his silhouette next to Ryan
they both
Gosling,
have good jawlines.
Carbon copy. Twins. I'd actually venture to say, as a twin myself.
He just said carbon copy and twins, Zach.
Those are both cinephobe movies, yes.
I watched The Fall Guy recently. What'd you guys think of The Fall Guy?
Oh, I still haven't watched that. That's next on my list.
It's entertaining enough.
Did you watch the extended cut on Peacock?
I did not watch
There's an extended cut. Okay, that's what I was going to watch.
I watched the regular cut, no extension.
All right. Well, that's been the OG pod at the movies. I'm Zach Harper. That's Wosny Lambre. That's Tom Haberstroh. That's Anthony Mays. Maybe we'll get Amin Elhassan at some point in this episode. But gentlemen, we're back.
No,
I don't think Tom's wrong.
No, I don't think he's right.
Look at his recent interview with Pablo and tell me he does not have the same. Yeah.
You know what's the crazy thing about Pablo is I have no idea if you're talking about Alex Smith or Ryan Gosling with the recent interview. Pablo, and I say this lovingly, he's a real star chaser. You know?
Chaser.
Chaser. Yeah, I don't think he's a star fucker. I just think he's a star chaser.
Well, or the stars are chasing him. You just don't know which direction.
Well, I mean, the Family Feud.
He's a Family
Feud
Feuder
in
now.
a different stratosphere.
He's huge.
That was incredible.
Did the Family Feud thing legitimately go viral, or just viral in our little bubble?
I think it just went viral in our world.
Yeah, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, just making sure.
I don't think Family Feud has that kind of
virality
anymore.
What?
Yeah.
No. Family Feud's still huge.
When's the last time you saw a Family Feud highlight? I see
clips constantly on Instagram and TikTok. It is in my algorithm.
Okay.
You have a sick algorithm then.
It is so much of that. And some other stuff we won't talk about. But that is definitely like reaction videos for Steve Harvey, massive.
Steve Harvey's great at that job.
He's really good at it. Yeah.
He's excellent.
Did you know that Family Feud gets higher ratings than Jeopardy?
That doesn't shock me. It's honestly a better show.
You don't have to be as dorky. Duh.
Yeah.
Jeopardy just makes you feel stupid when you know none of the answers.
Well, this got very personal for a while. Yeah, but Family Feud's a better show. It's a better setup and it's more fun. And I think it's definitely like easier for Americans to digest than Jeopardy is.
Maze, I want to know what you think of this because one day I was at a brewery with some friends and the trivia, it turns out it's trivia night. And we're like, oh, we're obviously not winning trivia we're just a bunch of idiots. Then they said it's a different kind of trivia tonight. We're doing Family Feud style, where what did 100 people say to the answer to this question, or what did they vote for? And we cleaned up.
Yeah.
When it became Family Feud style rather than what is the capital of Tanzania or whatever it is. So that's what I'm wondering, Maze, is do you find that Family Feud style is easier, or is it just that like we have a better sense of what people would vote for?
Well, you have to adjust your mindset because you're not trying to get the right answer. You're trying to get what more people would say. So I don't think that's even really trivia. You know, it's like it's not fact.
Yeah, I don't think that's trivia. That's just a game show.
What was America? We polled 100 people. The number one fast food chain in America. You don't have to answer the question. What is the number one fast food chain in America? You just have to guess what people would think.
They would have said McDonald's, fast food. Right?
Sure.
Well, my question for this trivia master in quotation marks is who are his 100 people? You know, who's he polling? That's always my question.
Unskew the polls, what Nate's is saying, y'all.
Can we get a real sample here?
Unskew the polls.
Where's Nate Silver when you need him?
I asked 100 people walking out of McDonald's, what's the most popular fast food chain in America? You know, you gotta know where you're asking.
I'm gonna guess this. I'm gonna be an ally of Mace here. This trivia master, to put it in quotes. I'm gonna guess they didn't do the polling.
Yeah, I think they outsourced the polling.
Yeah, this is just stuff they pulled off the internet.
The ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. If we pulled the Karl Anthony Towns Knicks trade, who would win, the Timberwolves or the Knicks?
The Knicks for sure, but I do love that Friday night when this trade goes down, all I see is like Knicks Twitter saying like, "What the fuck?
Yeah,
I cannot believe this. This doesn't make sense." By Saturday morning, all I saw was I'm in. Like they're like
that's how long it took.
Sold on it. It just took a night of thinking about it, and now they're in. And I don't think it's wrong to be in. I don't know if it makes them, winners of the Eastern Conference yet, but I do see the logic in their part of the trade. I just think the Timberwolves, why are you doing it now? That's the crazy part to me, is like you did this a summer too early.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it, but you know, I think some people would say they got positive value out of a horrible contract, which is just true. Like, on the spectrum of super max contracts, Karl Anthony Towns is at the bottom of the people in terms of what he provides for a team. He's at the bottom of that category.
No, that's like Zach LaVine.
Well,
but he's making way more than Zach LaVine. Like, I'm talking about the super.
Well, how many super max are there?
But it's like guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. It's like everybody else who's making that money is way better than this dude.
Sure.
Okay, so here's the top 10. Yeah. Here's the top 10 in salary. Steph Curry, Jokic. Better. By the way, Karl Towns is 8th here. Curry, Jokic, Embiid, KD, Bradley Beal, Jaylen Brown, Devin Booker, Karl Anthony Towns, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay,
so that's
he's definitely above Bradley Beal and Kawhi at this point because of the injuries.
Yes,
simply because of injuries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, and he's going, and he's locked in for 4 years.
Well, that's only if he picks up. No, Waz, that's not fair. That's only if he picks up a $62 million player option.
Right.
Well, after he brings the championship to New York, they'll want to pay him more.
Right.
Yeah. Well, this is the weird subplot to this whole thing is how the new media deal, the national TV media deal, is going to inflate these contracts. And so in 4 years, is $62 million going to be that much? Or are people going to look at it the same way when that, was it the 2016 spending spree? Or was it 2013 when Evan Turner was getting huge money? And then 3 years later, like the Evan Turner contract wasn't that bad. Or was it,
No,
Mozgov?
there was Kent Bazemore, there was Alan Crabb, there was Evan Turner, Bismack,
Right.
Mozgov, Luol
And
Deng.
like it was crazy at the time, but
That
3
was a
years
great
later,
night, by the way. That opening free agency that night, 26. That was a great fucking night.
In 4 years, it's still going to be a horrible contract.
I
think it is.
I have no doubt about that.
Tom, you're good at math. The cap smoothing, which is what I believe they are doing with this new influx of money, we're not going to have that spike like we had in 2016. We're doing a cap smoothing. So the cap smoothing? That's still going to be. I mean, the cap's going up, obviously, but that's still going to be a significant portion. Like $62 million in 4 years is still going to be a lot, a big portion of that.
Same way that like 50 right now is not crazy when you're seeing guys like Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, Paul George getting 50 a year. So I'm not saying it's going to be an amazing contract. What I'm saying is it's not going to look as horrible. And the other thing here is what this does for the Timberwolves. You're selling high on Karl Anthony Towns in a way that, like, in the playoffs, I think he got back from his injury. He came back. When you have Rudy Gobert out on the floor, are you going to be able to assure yourself that a year from now you're able to get back the same sort of assets if his body breaks down or if Rudy Gobert and that whole thing collapses? Are you able to get back a Donte DiVincenzo contract, which was one of the most underpaid contracts in the league, most valuable contracts in the league? And then you also get the Detroit pick.
But that's not really a pick.
Yes, it might be a fake first. But
it's a fake first.
Thing is, like, bird in the hand is like, you knew you could get this from Karl Anthony Towns right now. Who knows what happens in a year? In the same old Family Guy where it's like, you could have a boat or you could have what's in the mystery box. It could even be a boat. That's why you trade him now.
But the problem is that you had a much better chance of contending or replicating what you did last year now.
Some people think they didn't get worse. I've heard that out there on the internet.
Oh, have those people watched Julius Randle play basketball? Is it Minnesota? If you have Rudy Gobert in the middle of the floor and you have Julius Randle jab stepping until the world ends at the elbow, where's the driving lane for Anthony Edwards?
Yeah, and Jaden McDaniels isn't much of a spacer either. Who I love, but that's not what he does.
I've had people hitting up my article about what Cat needs to do or the grades or whatever, and saying, I don't understand why you think Julius Randle's a bad fit.
Watch him
play.
Yeah.
Watch him play. Like, Julius Randle's he's not a bad player.
Taking more threes, Zach. He's taking more threes.
Oh, yeah, 31%.
Yeah, there you go.
He took that. You know what's crazy? He and Cat both took 5.3 a game last year. That's crazy.
Yeah. Cat should get more attempts up, I think, is also.
Oh, I'm in the.
And he will.
I'm in the boat of, like, he should take 10 a game. No reason why he shouldn't take 10 a game. He is that good of a shooter. Like, he should take 10 a game.
Yeah, I just understand why both teams did what they did. Also, Anthony Edwards just turned 23, right? And I think that's part of the, like, calculation. It's like, we have a longer runway. We have this really special guy. He's really young. And Karl Towns is owed $220 million.
Well, again, only if he picks up a $62 million player option, Waz. You don't know what's going to happen.
Anyone trying to make this basketball make sense for Minnesota, you're not paying it. This is all money. It's all money.
It's gotta be.
And it's like, look, they know Naz Reid is a keeper. They're like, we can either trade Rudy or trade Cat. What are we getting for Rudy? A bucket of chicken? Okay, what are we getting for Cat? A bucket of chicken and the side of fries? Give me the second one. That's all it came down to. There's no mental gymnastics about how to get better.
Donte is a great fit for what they're doing, but that's all. But it's still about second apron and
too bad he's coming off the bench.
Exactly, he plays the same position as Ant Edwards.
Yeah. Like their starting lineup is Mike Conley, excellent 3-point shooter. Anthony Edwards, bad 3-point shooter. Jaden McDaniels, bad 3-point shooter. Julius Randle, bad 3-point shooter. Rudy Gobert, take with what you will.
Wow, hold on.
That's
You haven't seen the workout videos of Rudy taking threes, all right?
That's true. Olympic Rudy is different, right?
Yeah,
but
he hit one of the biggest jump shots. I think it was a jump shot in the playoffs last year with whatever the fuck that was.
The bank shot with one left on the shot clock.
Rainbow.
So this is what you should do if you're Minnesota. If you're Minnesota in a perfect world, you say, "Oh, easy. I start Naz Reid and I bring Julius Randle off the bench."
Mm-hmm.
And Naz Reid is the guy that plays the most minutes out of my 3 bigs.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
I play Mike Conley, DiVincenzo, Edwards, McDaniels at the 4, and Naz Reid at the 5.
All while hoping in the next 3 years that Detroit won't be one of the 9 worst teams in the league.
Well, I mean, that's not a hope. That's a promise.
Right? I mean, that they're not getting it first.
They're not getting that pick. They're not getting that pick. No, there's no.
You guys think that people have said that's not a fake pick? I've seen that out there too.
Is it still Detroit?
The Pistons have been so bad for so long, and they've got nothing right now. Man.
Let me tell you something. As soon as they say it turns into 2 second-round picks, immediately know. Oh yeah, you're never getting this pick.
You're never getting
that's like they're like, okay, in the off chance that something crazy happens, you're gonna get a 1st-round pick. That's what that means. In the off, it's just like when I trade you a 2nd-round pick that's top 55 protected. Dude, you're not getting that pick.
Yeah,
you're not getting that pick. Like we're just like, oh, maybe something crazy happens and you end up with the 57th pick. But chances are you're not.
And Manu Ginobili's sitting right there.
Who do you think in the light of this trade? Who do you think is the most important person on the Knicks payroll going forward? Like
OG and
Jalen Brunson, Karl Towns.
Probably OG.
I think it's OG because if OG's not healthy, like this somehow all kind of falls apart. Like if he's not, the Tatum stopper, if he's not the guy that you could sometimes put on Embiid, if he's not doing all of that, it's gonna fall apart.
That you're absolutely right. I got another name for you. I don't know if you guys have heard of this guy, but I think it all falls apart if he's not available. It's a guy called His dad was Rick Brunson. Rick Brunson Jr. I can't remember his name.
I think his dad still is Rick Brunson.
If he's hurt, then this shit all falls apart and implodes into a fiery ball of everybody hating each other. Right?
Yes.
He is the one thing that keeps all of these people happy. Right?
Yeah.
And even then, Donte DiVincenzo, we find out wasn't that happy. Like all the power of friendship shit is like, I want to fucking play. Fuck all that friendship shit. So it's like we already seen like the fissures. Now he's keeping it together like Spider-Man, right? Like with the webs and shit. But the moment Jalen Brunson is out, man, I cannot wait for a Karl Anthony Towns centric New York Knicks team.
It feels like Josh Hart is trying to cut all those spider webs, by the way.
Yeah.
Just to troll, just to make it tougher on Jalen.
Waz, you're saying so? Waz, you got OG. I mean, you got Jalen and Zach.
Obviously Jalen's health matters the most, but that I'm just talking about in terms of. I think you can assume he's going to be healthy.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You're all wrong.
You're all wrong.
You're all wrong.
More than OG.
Yeah, OG is
you're all wrong.
I described his injury history as trash yesterday, and Mahoney was like, "Come on, he's got a great body." I said, "Not his body, his injury history."
No. Hey, by the way, for everybody who watches basketball, right? Just because someone looks like they're in shape doesn't mean they're in shape. Kawhi Leonard has an amazing body, right?
Yeah.
I would feel to have a body that looked like Kawhi Leonard's.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his body is made out of paper mache.
You would kill to get that body, but not work out to get it.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Never. The answer to the most important person on the Knicks right now is Yen Pham.
Who's that, Tom?
Who's that?
The head athletic trainer. Yo, they've got 6 guys on the team. 6 guys on Tom Thibodeau's team who all have a pretty significant injury history with the exception of McElroy.
He used to like Jericho Sims and let him play every now and again. So I expect
Yo.
Jericho Sims to start getting some run again.
Well, this is the thing about like Mitchell Robinson not being happy about all this. He's like just posting shit on like, oh, I'm the longest
You
tenured
don't
Nick.
play.
From
I
his
killed
hospital
myself
bed.
to get here, whatever.
From his hospital bed.
Right, from post-op surgery on his knees for the 1,000th time.
What are you
But
talking about?
But the thing is, like, they actually still need Mitchell Robinson
Sure.
because one, you need that size against Embiid and against the rest of the top of the East, and two, the alternative is playing Jericho Sims.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised. He's one social media post, one Instagram post away from being traded because that trade hasn't been finalized yet.
Right.
Like
yeah.
it's still the word is that Charlotte Hornets are picking up that, the flotsam, the salary flotsam, the three team deal. But there is a scenario in which Mitchell Robinson is the salary going out, and that leaves them a lot more wiggle room under the second apron, which opens up their trade flexibility. So I know it's been reported that Mitchell Robinson is not going to be traded. I still think that it might work in the Knicks' favor to find a taker for Mitchell Robinson and then open up more deals down the line.
Yeah.
Because
it's so much fun though to talk about these deals and just be like, well, this gets them further under the second apron. Like that's just the fun part of basketball. I'm so glad that Adam Silver and CJ McCollum figured out what makes basketball great. Yeah. Like it's just the best.
Zach, how excited were you? It was like Christmas morning, right? When you found out that the Charlotte Hornets are going to be the first team to use their room exception to absorb contract under the new CBA. Like getting an N64 when I was 12 years old.
Oh my God.
Maybe number 2 compared to this.
I ran up and down the streets here in the Valley, just screaming, look at what Charlotte did.
Can you believe it?
I was thinking about this too. Like, if I'm the Bucks and I'm the Sixers, I feel kind of semi-disrespected. Just the idea that you could trot out Karl Anthony Towns against me in the playoffs and kick my ass.
Is the alternative of Julius Randle less disrespectful?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
At least cat 7 feet tall, right? Like,
yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Just the idea that just like, I don't care about interior defense in this Eastern Conference. I just want to beat the Celtics,
Yeah, well, the Celtics are bruised right now with Kristaps Porzingis being out for what looks like could be half the year with his injury. And if you're the Knicks, you're almost like doubling down on that blueprint. Is you're getting a star starting 5 with a stretch 5, a big dude who can space the floor. And they're trying essentially to copy what the Boston Celtics did and hope that you're healthier than the Boston Celtics this season.
To me, getting Bridges when you already have OG is a Celtics move. Doing this Towns thing seems like a Celtics move. They're just like, yo, we think we got to beat the Celtics and everybody else we're not worried about. Like they look at Embiid and just like, you're not a serious person.
I can't wait.
When has he been?
I can't wait for the Bucks to fucking destroy them. To sweep them in the first round.
God. That's gonna be
we didn't see this
tough.
coming.
Yeah.
Giannis fucking just destroying Karl Anthony Towns, calling him a baby the whole time.
I think a good portion of that Knicks like positivity does fly out the window for it because I do like this trade for them. I don't think it like cinches anything, but I think there's good potential there. But then there is a point where like Landry Shamet's gonna have to play a lot. And that's where
I've gotten Shamet texts.
Yeah, he seems like a great dude.
I like Shamet, man. Like,
you want him dribbling the basketball?
I mean, no, but I had to watch him play point guard for the Suns because they were like, we don't need those, right? Like, so it's
that was my favorite part of Suns Media Day, by the way, is everyone going, oh, thank fucking God we got point guards now. Like, we didn't want to do this.
I was there. You know what? The only person I give props to is Grayson Allen.
Yeah.
Because Grayson Allen's the only one who said, last year I sat here and I said, we don't really need any point guards. We got a bunch of guys here. And I still believe that. But it's nice to have. I was like, you know what, man?
I listen to the bit.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen also added like 30 pounds of muscle, apparently. Like, he's yoked now. And it's just going to make the flagrant fouls that much harder.
Yeah. He said he's added a little muscle every year. He's added a little muscle, but I've done that every year. He said, I'm listed at 195, but I'm actually 245 right now or some shit like that.
Jesus.
So yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was like, yeah, he definitely looks bigger.
He looks huge.
They said Bol has added some muscle. I said I couldn't see it. Bol, who by the way, yesterday the first time I ever heard him speak, he sounds like a stoner white kid. It blew my mind.
Did he grow up in Oregon?
I don't know where. No, he didn't grow up.
Or he just went to Oregon.
He just went to Oregon.
Okay.
I don't know where he grew up, but it blew my mind to hear him say, I'm like, I don't know, like the way he was talking, I was just like, I can't even replicate it.
He thought he was gonna have a Mutombo accent. That's crazy.
No, I thought he was gonna have a deep. I thought he was gonna sound like Mo Bamba, like a deep American accent, like yeah, you know. And I was like, well, you know, it's like
whenever we get that hybrid, like British accent of Jeremy Sohan, I'm always surprised by it, no matter what.
It throws me off every time.
Every single time, it throws me off every single time.
Are you throwing off
Mom's games?
Jeremy Sohan's weird ass transatlantic, whatever you want to call it, accent, or Karl Anthony Towns switching from this kind of voice to this one in the same quote, which I saw because we've been running a bunch of clips now. The internet, the Knicks side of the internet has been going crazy as they hate Karl Anthony Towns already. But there was a clip where he literally talks. I was like, wow. I mean, what are you talking about right now? Oh my God. I'm like, what the fuck's happening?
Because for good reason, no one paid attention to the Timberwolves like the first 6 years of his career. I've seen it all. No, that doesn't surprise me anymore. I've seen it happen time and time again. Look, I think Cat gets kind of a bad rap on the internet. I'm not saying he should get a good rap, but I think his rap on the internet is too negative. But I laughed so hard at that reply to his tweet where the guy said, "Don't come into the garden acting like a bitch."
Like a bitch. That was just great. His initial reaction, like, I got traded from the only organization I've known.
It was a surprise. Look,
I thought, it came out of nowhere. I thought we were going to win a championship. And I was like, I have no words. ... And instantly, New York City is like, "Oh, here you go.
Here you go, being a bitch ass."
That's why he did the video, the Instagram shit later, I believe. It's like
3 a.m.
No, I gotta let them know. Hey, put that time up on it. Let them all know. Like, I'm working here. I'm trying. LT Smash says, by the way, top 5 NBA Louis Pinnox. I give the roster an A. Number 1 is definitely Towns. Number 2, this is under the radar. Tyrese Halliburton is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
his voice goes in and out of.
Do you see him? He was in Prada dress shoes for his pictures in uniform with Prada shoes.
Oh
yes.
no!
Yes,
Yeah.
Prada dress shoes. Like
he's doing this on purpose though now, right?
Of course, he's been doing all this on purpose.
He's trying to be famous. He's trying to be famous.
He's doing all this on purpose.
He's not. I'm not saying doing it on purpose. Like he's not Jimmy Butler doing it on purpose. He's not trolling.
He's not trolling.
He is with his big game outfits. With his outfits to the arena, absolutely.
I think he knows he's going to get a lot of coverage for the stupid shit that he's doing, and he's trying really hard to be famous. That's what he's trying to get people to know who the hell he is.
This is Kuzma walking in with the pink sweater, giant sweater.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
This is Travis Kelce.
I mean, were you on with me on NBA Radio when we talked to him about that, and he claimed that his fashion is actually like art that gets hung up in his home now too. Like the pink sweater is hung up in his home, like framed.
Kuz creates a museum out of his more famous fit.
I don't buy that.
I don't either, but it's a hell of a response though. Like I feel like it's a very well crafted defense.
Absolutely. Because something like League Fits would be like, that's fire. And it's just like, it's not. They posted something yesterday. I'm sorry to shit on League Fits because it's not even top 10 of my hated Instagram accounts, but they posted something yesterday of like, name a better dressed duo than this, and it was Devin Booker dressed like normally, and then Bol was in his son's uniform, like walking to do whatever availability. I'm like, what do we do? We don't have to suck up to everybody all the time about anything.
Yeah. I mean, Bol did look good though. I mean,
sure, it's a great uniform.
Yeah, good look.
We won't see much of it this season because he'll be in warm-ups on the bench, but it's a great.
That's not nice.
That's true. They might get injured a lot.
Oh man, Mike Budenholzer said he wants more threes, so Bol's gonna come in there and just jack it he usually does.
Yep, that'll last.
What the hell?
See?
Yeah.
See, I would like. Devin Booker just dressed normally.
He's in a white beater and shorts.
No, tank top.
They're troll. They have to
They
be
have
trolling.
to be, right? That has to just to piss people like me off. That's all that is.
Oh,
Don't worry, the Thunder fans are in the comments taking over.
Thank God.
So it's all good.
Vinay Siri in the chat wants Rudy Gobert to tell us his thoughts on the trade if we can get him on.
Oh,
Rudy,
wow.
are you there?
Yeah, Rudy. Do we have Rudy?
Oh mon Dieu. Finalement, finally, I am free. I am free to be the center. It's my time. The summer of Rudy, it continues. Yes. Baby.
It's great.
Rudy's thrilled.
Yeah, Rudy loved it. It sounds like
What's
That's
not to
it.
love?
All right.
that's it. Yeah, that's
We got an exclusive.
yeah.
Zach, how do you feel about that? That's great.
I mean, look, this is why we're the best in the business. You know.
How excited are you guys for the New York tabloids with the cat pun that we're going to see when he fucks up?
Oh, can't wait for Big Pussy. That's coming at some point.
Yeah.
They're gonna have Big Pussy from The Sopranos was at the game where
Yeah.
Towns did something bad, and it'll be like Knicks disappoint Big Pussy, and it's just like Towns going. Oh.
Trey had a great point, and I really think Cat needs to just lay low this season. Like, but Trey was like, hire someone to do your socials. Don't go on social media. And
It's not gonna happen.
and like my advice in one of the columns I wrote was just like, don't try to be the guy you think they want you to be. Because Cat did that early on in Minnesota. He always gave a great soundbite. And early on, we were like, God, this kid's mature. Like, this is incredible. And then he wouldn't back it up. And then the Jimmy Butler thing happened. And then it was like, oh, Cat's just full of shit 95% of the time. He's just saying things that he knows sounds good, which is fine. Like, that's part of the media game. But you can't pull that shit in New York.
I have a suggestion. I think I have the way we can
I
save
don't
Cat.
like where this is going already.
No. It's foolproof. No one will ever cross the line to like offend him if he embraces this. Every night is Dominican Heritage Night.
But he just
Come
turned
in.
himself into the biggest Dominican ever.
Bachata,
Is he
coming-
smoking hookah at halftime?
requesting mofongo as the post-game meal.
I'm gonna sit this one out.
He just got to lean. Okay, every answer
Well,
to
Fungo is great though. I'm here for that. Like, I'll
He's
go
gotta
to New
get
York and we're doing that
Cat
every
doesn't
day.
have cornrows, does he? He's got to get
He can, though.
cornrows
He's
down
got
to
enough
his
hair, of course.
ass.
He's
He's got to
hold
do
on.
that for sure.
And then he's also got to start every answer to every question with que lo que. He's just got to que lo que, and then say his answer in English, but he's got to start with que lo que.
And then he's gonna be the
Thank you.
king of New York.
I would feel better about Waz giving this speech than you. I don't know
Why?
why. It just doesn't
It's the
seem.
same thing.
It's not the
Yeah.
same. It's not
Why-
the same. It's
why?
not- it just doesn't. Something not right happening right now. I don't know. It's
This is like when
We
you don't
want
like a
Cat to
Maze
be
speak Spanish. Was we got this?
is this
thing
no
with-
no. This has
Why
nothing to
can't
do.
Maze speak Spanish?
He can
Like,
speak Spanish.
he's
Don't do it with
European
the
descent.
don't do it with the LeBron Taco Tuesday intonation.
Never
And
have.
it's fine.
What?
I never have.
No,
You
he
keep
does.
lumping me in with LeBron. It's
He
slander.
does. He did that a
Was-
lot
okay,
early
let me
on.
explain something.
I don't like.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
like Amin's Mr. Miyagi voice.
Okay,
I don't
so
think that's acceptable.
Zach carries a lot of white guilt. I don't know
Yeah.
what this is. The
I'm
only
just trying
case-
to not get fired from the New York Times. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep
No,
a
no,
low
no, no.
profile with this movie podcast.
Dominicans
and not get in trouble.
Dominicans are completely within the circle of people we can do fun stuff with, just like the Italians. No different.
I don't feel good about this at all.
Just
No.
like the Italians,
Okay,
we
I'm
can
here
have
for the-
fun
I'm
at
here
the
for the-
expense of the Dominicans.
I'm here for the
You see
Italian
how
side of this.
you see how Zach snuck in not trying to get fired and low profile in the same sentence? Look at that teasing the next segment. But before we move on, LT Smash did say Cats the musical. That will be a New York Post headline. Cats on Broadway coming
yeah.
soon.
The Photoshop of him in a cat's outfit is going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
Or what if-
100% going to happen.
What if Towns answered every question like he was doing Dembo? Just gibberish.
No.
And then like with a necklace that's made out of like beads and the Dominican flag. You guys know
I
what
can
I'm
still
talking
see your
about?
arm. I can still see your arm, Zach. There's too much of the frame. Almost gone. There you go.
Oh God!
There you
He also has to
my
hang one of those
God.
flags from his mirror, like his.
Oh,
rearview mirror
that's
in his
easy.
car,
The
right?
car mirror flag thing. That's
Yeah.
that's a
Mm.
must.
I'm telling you, Cat, we can save you, bro. We can save you. No
He's
one will
gotta
ever
go
cross that
full
line.
Dominican.
Got to go full Dominican. It's the only way.
Can
So
we
Ben
talk about
Simmons-
Glenn Taylor real quick?
Oh
Glenn-
yeah,
Glenn Taylor.
absolutely.
Is this all him?
No, this is the interesting part. Is
Who's in charge of this?
I still don't
move?
think I don't
Fags.
think this is a I don't think this is a window into who's going to end up owning the team, because Glenn
No.
Taylor, historically cheap, right? Like
Mhm.
historically cheap. A-Rod's apparently broke. So there's no clear cut like this is who made this decision.
But that what A-Rod and Lazary, it wasn't going to be their money anyways,
Lord,
right?
Oh, right.
sorry.
Bloomberg got into the mix, right?
It
Oh, yeah, I
was
guess
it was
Bloomberg
like
could've funded
VC
this.
funding, and like they were just pulling
Hmm.
money up wherever
Leveraged,
they
yeah.
could.
Yeah.
But at least they were pulling money up.
I
They were
think
pulling
it's-
money up, but also they weren't going to be able to sustain what was being spent.
If you're one of these owners and you're always bitching about your small market and the revenue constraints and blah blah blah, paying two centers $110 million just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't.
One's defensive player of the year, the
can't-
other's an all-star.
It just
Can't
doesn't
wait
make
for
sense.
Julius Randle to be extended for the max. It's gonna
No,
be.
he
so
don't. Well, I
It's gonna be
think
great.
Julius Randle's getting
It
extended,
is.
y'all.
great. Oh, he is definitely not. He's look.
I don't think he's
I
getting
don't-
extended.
I don't
think
like-
he's not his team.
I don't think he's making it to the trade deadline.
Yeah,
Who?
Julius
Randall?
Randall, yeah.
Rerouted.
No,
I
but
think
that's a
Nas
good-
Reed is
that's a good
starting
flip.
by the trade deadline, and Julius Randle is going to be
Oh, yeah.
upset.
It's
Yeah,
absolutely a good. It's absolutely a good flip because someone's gonna need just some big lug who's gonna get 20 and 10. Just I need production. I don't care about execution in crucial moments.
Hey, the
I need
Pistons. You know,
The
maybe you
Pistons,
get that.
the
That
Hawks. Like, we got
no,
some
but the
options here.
Pistons floor raiser
Hawks.
Julius Randle
no. But
get
the
that
Pistons-
pick in a couple of years because Julius
It-
Randle's going to
you-
get you
look,
a 36-win
Pistons
team,
don't
and
want-
you get the
Pistons
pick.
Don't want to be good. The
Detroit's
Pistons
been
don't
through a
wanna be good.
lot. Detroit's been through a
They're
lot.
flagging.
We
they're flagging.
can't put Julius Randle and Tobias Harris on the same team. Okay, like
Why not?
that is not something that should be allowed.
They might have to give back that TV deal if they do that. That one. But Charlotte could probably use Julius Randle.
Oh, that's
no?
a Charlotte ass.
They're not.
move
No,
right
they're
there.
not doing that either.
They're not
You
trying
guys-
to win either.
Well,
You guys
they might be smart now. Charlotte might be smart.
Yeah, you forget new regime.
New regime.
Mm.
Yeah.
They're all going
Is he
after
a
Cooper
Portland?
Flag, man.
Is he a Portland destination?
Maybe. Atlanta to me was a good call. Whoever said Atlanta, that's
I
your.
did.
He plays the
the
same
people who-
position as Jalen Johnson.
No, doesn't matter. Atlanta's dumb. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Atlanta's dumb.
Atla-
They're like, well,
Atlanta's dumb.
he
And
was
you know
average
what?
20 and 10.
I could see Jalen Johnson being set for Julius Randle. Like Minnesota is
Oh my
smart.
God.
They're just cheap now.
Yes, I agree. This isn't like we don't know what we're doing. This
Right.
is, hey, this shit kind of expensive, yo. I ain't trying to pay all that, and
Right.
so we got to reassess and reevaluate.
But the
Especially in the
Clippers
championship.
put a bid in for Julius Randle.
No, I don't.
Yeah, they could.
Put some deals
I don't think they're guys. I don't think the Clippers are into it when it comes to that move.
Oh, well,
played
this is
the
going to be
into it
delayed
though.
for you. I hit the button, but it's not coming yet. No, waiting. But that would.
Zach raised his stupid ass eyebrows when he says it into it.
Oh my
If I had my
god!
if I had my fake
Just
glasses
got
on, I
it,
would have
dude.
taken those off. Yeah.
What?
Oh,
Wait, help me name the teams that are obviously not going to be in the market because they're going after Cooper Flag. So the Wizards, the Pistons,
Yeah.
Wizards,
The
Pistons,
Blazers, I would say?
Portland is in
Blazers,
the
yes.
flag. Are the Bulls in the Cooper
No.
flag?
No, they're never.
No.
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
They're never.
very-
They're never
They're
in the
very,
Cooper.
they're very very adamant about this, almost to a phobia, to be honest with you, when it comes to that sort of behavior.
This is one of the worst franchises.
the
ever.
Bulls.
The
right?
Bulls
Yes.
are, yeah.
They are.
Mhm.
Like
It's
if you
just
take
Michael
away-
Jordan cleaned things up for a decade.
Yes,
Like,
if you
that's-
take
The
away Michael
Jazz,
Jordan-
the Jazz are trying to get Cooper flag.
Ooh.
The Jazz,
Well, I
no,
know.
but they don't want to.
Marketing they extended. That's the problem.
Yeah,
Marketing
but he's
too
gonna.
good. They
He's
can't
not
get
playing
it.
past January. He's not
No,
playing.
no, no,
past
and also Tom, marketing.
Tendonitis?
he's extended, but he's just extended a really good deal that'll be easy to move him. No, I would say Utah's surprisingly very tolerant to the idea of getting Cooper Flag.
Tolerance, an interesting word there.
Well, I'm just saying they're into it. They're into it. They're into that experiment. They're not afraid to go there, and it doesn't mean anything. And not that there's anything wrong with going after Cooper Flag, but I'm just saying some organizations are like very, or like I said, it's almost a phobia. Like, ew, I don't want that. And some of them are like, yeah, I'll give it a try. Why not? Cooper
Probably
Flag.
tack the Raptors and Nets onto that list.
Brooklyn for
Nets
sure. Brooklyn for sure. Toronto, I don't think will be good, but I don't know if they're trying to be bad.
So Toronto and Utah are in the same bucket for me. Is that Scotty Barnes and Larry Markkinen? If each of those guys goes down with some sort of injury, it's over.
Yeah,
because
Toronto
try something new.
I don't think their teams are going to be that good if they stay.
Yeah, but everyone else is going to be so much worse that they can't get into the.
This is just going to be so fucking terrible, bro.
The Spurs should sit Wemby all year and try to put Cooper next to him.
Oh man, they hit him as much as they could last year.
Yeah,
and they still like.
And by hit him, you mean they put Jeremy Sohan on the court?
Yeah. So not just on the court, point guard. So
I heard that like one of the things that like from the Wembanyama camp over the summer was like, all right, enough of this bullshit.
Yeah,
like this is them.
Yeah,
putting that. Okay, we're done fucking around because he's too good. He's too good to even like pretend like, oh, I wish we were better. Like you have to do things that are clearly anti him playing, basically, in order to keep losing.
So there's no Julius Randle home. That's another reason why I love this trade. No. I love this idea because, like, and I don't want to diss any of the newsbreaker type of guys.
Here we go.
But like, I love this idea that like some of the stuff that comes out after the trade is like, well, the Knicks, just recently started looking for suitors. They've been trying to trade this man for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And nobody wanted him.
As soon as Jalen, when he left CAA, and as soon as Jalen was on board, and they're like, oh, this dude's the guy.
Like, okay, we're done with this. Yeah. They've been trying to trade him, and they couldn't find a partner. Look, we just ran through all the teams. Like, no.
Do you think a Ben Simmons Julius Randle duo ruins Brooklyn's chances at Cooper Flag?
No, they might have a parade.
You know what they say: 2 wrongs make a right, but 2 lefts make a flag.
I will not be happy if they take the ball out of Cam Thomas's hands.
No, you got to keep it in his hands. That's how you ensure that you're going to have Cooper Flag.
I want Cam Thomas to score 40 points a game this year. That's what I want. I want him.
And then look, let me tell you real quick, Tom. This is Sean Marks' dream scenario. You get Cam Thomas to average 40 a game, and then you trade him to Atlanta.
Absolutely.
And that's how you look.
Is Sean Marks like the longest tenured GM that isn't Pop and Pat Riley?
He's been there a while. Yeah.
He's been there a while, but hold on.
Has he been there long?
Masai's been in Toronto longer.
Lawrence Frank's been in LA for a while.
Lawrence Frank's been there a while, but Lawrence Frank wasn't always, because at one point he was like reporting the doc. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Griff was 2017 in New Orleans.
Yes, Griff. James Jones has been there for a while in Phoenix.
Yeah, but as the guy,
I mean, yes,
like 2019, right?
Bartlestein.
Bartlestein. Where's Bartlestein? No.
Oh, Masai.
Yeah,
Masai. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But like this dude has had this job for so long and done
Kevin
so
Pritchard.
little.
Yeah, Pritchard's been there for a while.
Yeah. The Ben Simmons stuff was so ridiculous that I thought it was NBA Centel. That's when things have reached the other side, where it's just I have to check NBA Centel.
Guess for the second straight year, I will be picking Ben Simmons as my most improved player. I'm going to do it until he retires.
Consistent. I like it.
Yeah.
Now, was that because of the endorsement?
You mean the Ben
Chris
Simmons
Brickley, or is it
quote
the
that he
other way
said, "Yo, I
around?
used to be so good." Shit.
You know what's
yeah.
the bad part of that quote?
Yes,
is
Presti,
he
his Super Bowl
asked
tenure.
asked for confirmation of that. I was right. He's like I was good.
Nice,
Nice
right?
clap.
Y'all remember?
Let's hear from Ben Simmons himself real quickly.
Y'all forgot.
Let's hear it.
Triple doubles in NBA history. So what does that say to how rare your skill set is when healthy, especially?
I'm not that bad at basketball.
Nervous laughter.
That was just not too bad. But I think I got some more in me.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. He's got some more in him.
Like a well-oiled engine.
I think people forget, me as a player when I'm healthy. I could play basketball. I'm pretty good, right? So for me, it's just being consistent with that and staying on top.
15 games in 23-24.
Hell of a
That's a
Chiron.
great graphic.
That's when
15
the
games.
passive
6.1
aggression of
points per
local
game.
TV is unmatched.
It's just the best.
15 games, bro. Lord have mercy.
Last 2 years, 57 games, averaging 6.7.
Can I ask y'all
57
something?
games.
Can I ask y'all something? Why isn't Josh Giddey the white Ben Simmons? What's going to be different about his career trajectory? Aside from the weird injuries, like he's going to get to a point where everybody.
That was the weird part. The injuries.
Well,
Let's hear from the New York Times own Zach Harper.
That keeps trying to do the jib from The Office.
Yeah.
Homie,
Chair
every
probably
time-
won't go back like that.
every time somebody's talking about him, it's like, yo, because when you got Zach Giddey, you have to have these specific kind of pieces around him. It's like, who?
Zach
Oh,
Giddey?
excuse me, Josh Giddey, my bad.
Josh
I'll see you
Harper.
guys later. I'll see you guys
Wait
later.
a minute. What do I don't.
Older than my daughter, younger than my wife.
Hey Ben, I need out of the company. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
I guess we'll find out this year, though. Right, Waz?
Like,
This
I
Bulls
don't get
experiment?
the Giddy appeal at all.
I like
I
Giddey.
don't-
I like Giddey.
Well, you've been
I like him
Micah
way
bought
more.
him.
Way more
staunchly
than Ben
bought
Simmons.
in.
Hold on,
from-
All-Star Ben Simmons. You like Giddey way more than that?
He can actually shoot. Like he can actually shoot. Ben Simmons refused to shoot, which is different than Josh Giddey shooting 4 threes a game at 34%. Okay.
Mm.
There's a big difference between those two. Because one, you can program against it and be like, we're not guarding you outside of 5 feet. We're not. And the other one is you at least keep the guy out.
Yeah,
on
but
the
Ben
defensive
Simmons
perimeter.
used to strap people. He used to get after it in transition. He used to be like a
Rebound.
great rebounder.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
People forget.
People,
know?
I mean, he's pretty
People
good, right?
forget.
Yeah.
I don't know the Josh Giddey shit where it's like we have to put special pieces around this kid to score 17 points a game. It's weird to
I
me
love
that you cater a freaking team around
17.
that.
You chose that number for any
I
particular
just
reason?
I just love that.
Seems like his ceiling.
I've been here for the entire Waz versus Josh Giddey experience
Mhm.
from summer league
Oh,
Yeah.
to now. I mean, this is years in the
Draft
making.
day.
Of
Yeah.
From draft day, dude. Remember draft day? The graphic where it was like he just needs to improve everything.
yes,
Oh,
Man.
do you think
Mike
those Thunder fans are
Weisberg-
still mad at you?
Celtics fans?
No, the
Thunder.
Thunder fans. Now that Giddey's
Thunder
gone, do
fans?
you think they're still mad at
Of
you about
course not. Because I was right
Mm.
about his game
that? That's how the
on
internet
the
works.
court.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people always come around on when they're wrong.
No,
They
people honestly,
definitely
people just
are
forget
good.
about it. People just move on and forget about it.
Mike Weisberg asked, between Kristaps, Zion, AD, and Cat over the last 2 seasons, who's played in the least amount of regular season games?
Kristaps. No, Zion?
I mean, it's Cat.
Is it
Yeah.
Cat?
He said,
Cat missed
"Would
a
it
bunch
surprise
last
you
year.
to know it's Cat."
What-
Cat
Also-
played in like 29 games.
Well, are we
the year
counting like
before.
the Nathan's hot dog challenge as a game played?
He also says Joel Embiid has played in more regular season games over the last 5 years than Cat.
But with Embiid, it's more about the postseason. It's not really about the the regular season, yeah. But this is what bothers me about the league now. Every team is on paper. Every team is on paper.
Yeah,
and it sucks.
sure.
It's like, hey, the Celtics are going to be amazing if Kristaps Porzingis comes back. The Philadelphia 76ers are going to be amazing if Joel Embiid can walk and Paul George shows up. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Damian Lillard, Chris Middleton, when they're on the floor, on paper, they're awesome. Yeah. And then you got over here with the Knicks. It's like Karl Anthony Towns, OG, Jalen Brunson. It's like no one knows anything because everyone's just getting hurt all the time.
So true.
Also, Embiid's never really been that good in the playoffs, so I'm waiting on that. Health or no health.
Factory. That's a fact.
Yeah.
He did show up for Team USA though when they needed him.
He did, yeah.
I was very excited about that stretch against Serbia.
He was really good scoring.
And it was nice. It was nice. I didn't have to take down this name for sure.
Mm-hmm. So Chris Brickley started the whole Ben Simmons train with the Instagram posts, and he said
is that part of the fee?
By the way, that's how I knew it was an NBA Centel.
Brickley?
Right there.
If Centel really wants to evolve and get people tricked into thinking that this stuff really happens, just attribute it all to IG influencers. That's all Zach, you have to do.
You asked if it's part of the fee. It is the diamond package. We used to talk about this on Basketball Illuminati. You can opt in to a package where you get the verbal endorsement or the Instagram caption endorsement. But my favorite is that he followed it up on Twitter with people questioning it by saying, I've never co-signed a player that didn't prove it when their season started. Trust me on this one. So we know who to blame this year if it doesn't go well for Ben Simmons.
Look, without having done any research, there's no way that's true.
Rest in peace, John Amos.
Oh shit! Oh,
crazy.
James from Good Times. Apparently, he died over a month ago, according to Naima Cochran, and it just been released now. But like he's been passed away.
84 years.
Yes.
Rest in power.
The legend, the Cleo McDowell, right? Do you guys think of him as Cleo McDowell? Or do you think of him as James from Good Times? James Evans.
I think of him as Cleo McDowell.
Cleo, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen Good Times.
I've seen a couple of episodes here and there, but I never really watched.
Never watched an entire episode of Good Times. I've only seen it on TV and just immediately changed it. Once I would see cats like. Yeah, once I would see people dressed in 70s clothing, I would just immediately change the channel.
You hate black entertainment, though.
That is fair.
Power?
That is true. No lies stated in that statement right there. You know?
Well.
Nope,
somber ending.
There's that.
Somber ending. Rest in peace to Kembe, man. Legend.
Did you wanna hit that that second topic?
I mean, if you guys don't want to, it's fine. I mean, we got a full show here, but
what is it? What do we got?
The shakeups in the media landscape with ESPN losing Woj and then firing Zach Lowe last week and back-to-back weeks. It's an interesting time at the ESPN campus. How does it make you feel? There's a lot of ex-ESPN people and observers, and Zach just trying to hang on to dear life to his New York Times job.
I'll talk about this.
I mean, I don't know. It just feels like a lack of vision. But like this is in line with like Dan and them bouncing, Bomani bouncing, and Pablo bouncing, and you know, like.
Did you guys think it should be Mike's Golick? In how that
I like Mike's
when you lose multiple
Mike's Golick. I prefer Mike's Golick. That's fun.
The two Golicks when they bounce. Word. I don't know. It just feels like a lack of vision, but like I think Zach, luckily for him, is like super well positioned to still do well. So it's like I'm not gonna get crazy sad about it, but it was like weird when they let Friedel go. Like I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just strange, man.
I'm gonna be honest. It's a lot weirder to let Friedel go because he's relatively inexpensive for what he does versus Zach, that's an expensive property, right?
Yeah, he's
And
well compensated for sure.
Well, how much room do they have under the second apron?
Well,
How much
we
wiggle
also
do they have?
we also know that ESPN is notoriously bad at monetizing podcasts. So Zach can easily make that money
He's gonna
independently.
get so rich off of his podcast.
Exactly.
I was thinking about it the other day, and it was making me sick how rich he's gonna get off of that podcast.
But there's a huge but. Did Zach Lowe negotiate to keep his podcast feed? Right? Because that's the goal. The whole reason why Levitard was able to do all they did was because they're like, and we get to keep our RSS feeds and our followers and everything, and all of our own content. So basically, all their back episodes, anything they've used in a prior episode. And ESPN was like, sure, take it. Who cares?
Gives a shit to them.
And now they're like, oh fuck, man, we let go of a gold mine. And so I wonder, A, if they've learned their lesson from that one, and B, if even if they hadn't, did Zach have the foresight to ask for that stuff? Because
I can't imagine he didn't. Like that, I mean, yeah. It's just whether or not would you do something with it before your deal is up.
Well, that's the other thing. He can't. In order to get the rest of his money,
it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, he's got to sit out.
He's got to chill for the remainder of his deal.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get your money.
Like Ethan did.
Yeah.
Right.
He should do the reverse.
He should absolutely do that and spend that year setting up the relaunch.
Yep.
Because if he gets to keep his feed, which we've seen some of the internals over at the company, he's doing pretty fucking well over there.
Yeah.
He's gonna get rich off of the feed. I'm just telling you, if he gets to keep that, he's gonna kill it. Yeah.
Because someone was like, "Do you think the Athletic will hire him?" Like, first of all, Athletic ain't paying that kind of salary for a writer. Like, the written part is. Sorry, Zach. Sorry, Tom, but nobody gives a fuck about writing anymore.
It's easy to say as someone who doesn't write.
As someone who just re-upped, I disagree.
Yeah, okay. Good. All right. Shit,
that's good.
Next round is on you, you cheap bastard.
That's actually my contract. I'm not allowed to buy
drinks. All the shit in Hawaii.
That's in my
you did what?
I made less than in Hawaii. All those mezcal espresso martinis. Who do you think fucking
all of those? There were two. And the guy that was like, "Oh, I love your work," he didn't charge you for shit. Okay.
I paid for the round.
Where's Laurent when you need him? Laurent, step up.
Oh, just want to let you know, I love your work on ESPN. And been there years, bitch.
Zach said that actually at the time.
He's like, I love your work on ESPN. Been there in years, man. What are you talking about?
That is fantastic. He doesn't even work there anymore. But I think Zach's gonna do his thing, man. I'm not. It just sucks, to see what they're doing, but individually, I got a lot of love for Zach, and I'm happy that he's gonna land on his feet. But somebody else might be shit out of luck. He built a crazy audience over the years.
You're absolutely right. Zach gets to move on, and he's gonna go on to bigger and better things, like a bunch of other people. It could
I bet
be a
you
lot
NBC
worse.
come knocking on the door.
Absolutely, they've got a year. They've got a year before they even need to stab anybody. No, I mean it could be so much worse. I mean he could be moving to Olean, New York, and freezing his ass off, doing basically stuff where nobody gives a shit anymore, falling out of the public eye, getting that IV of attention and spotlight and people talking about you, just ripped out of your arm. You got to go cold turkey and be some nobody up in the middle of nowhere. Small ass
together like a horse and carriage.
Oh my God!
Why would ESPN let him go if they still have to pay him for a year? And why would they let him
write
go?
it off, man. That's tax shit, man.
Yeah,
because it's like Warner's shelving Batgirl.
It's just I don't even know if it's tax.
Don't get the reference, but
it's
you're talking to someone who it happened to, so I can tell you exactly. They do it in Q4 so that it writes off to 2024, right? Even if you had multiple years. So Michelle Beadle had multiple years remaining on her deal. But because she got it done in Q4, that's why you see all the layoffs were always around this time of year. because they're trying to get everything. They put it all on a loss on this year, and then next year it's off the books technically, even if they have to pay the money.
And they get to go back to the shareholders and look how responsible we were. We ruined 40 people's lives last quarter. Look at us. We're freaking great at what we do. This is great, isn't it?
There's a photo of us, Zach, at the 2010 ESPN NBA like preseason summit. Do you remember this, Zach? In Bristol.
Vaguely, yeah.
There's a team photo of like
with fucking 3D glasses and a bow tie and a monocle on.
No, man, I had this horrible like chin hair. I don't think, or maybe I had a beard by then. I can't remember.
Did you have a goatee?
Yeah, I think I did. I either had a goatee or maybe it was the start of the beard.
Tom,
I think it was this.
I think it was just that.
Tom,
yeah,
you have the photo?
That. I have the photo somewhere.
I'm looking for it. Honestly, I don't have it.
I'll find it. I got it somewhere.
Tom the Finder will find it eventually.
Oh, yeah.
But ZachTheFinder.com.
I think I'm wearing a horrible shirt too. Like it's just a bad.
Are you
look.
smarter than a celebrity?
Bad look.
I just got the Amazon Studios
Dude, it's such a
screener for Travis Kelce. Are you smarter than a celebrity?
Okay.
Yes,
I am. You know what? I am all good on the Kelces.
Oh, I'm out. No, I'm still in on Jason Kelce.
No, that's the one I'm the most out on.
No. I'm still in on Jason Kelce.
Oh, Jason Kelce shows up in a fucking green jumpsuit and just dances around the stage. Like, I'm good. I don't need that. That's not content I need.
Hey, you're not going to talk bad about my good friends, the Kelces, okay? That's not going to happen. Not on my watch, buddy.
Okay. Well,
which one's which, Amin?
There's no way he does.
Travis is the one that wanted to be black.
Show him 2 pictures right now of people that aren't the Kelces, and he'll tell you which one's Travis and which one's
Jason. My God. No, I'm still in on Jason Kelce. Travis Kelce, yeah, I'm done.
I mean, does Bull talk the way that you thought Travis Kelce would talk? And does Travis Kelce talk the way you thought Bull would talk?
It's a switcheroo. It's a Ron Baker, Fred VanVleet situation.
Yeah.
They got their voices swapped.
I get it though. I do think the Jason Kelce saturation is a bit much because it's like, okay, man. You're good on the podcast, but I don't know if you're ready for prime time studio.
I'm not trying to shit on what they do because I don't really consume it. I've just never seen a clip and been like, I need more of this.
Here's where when I jumped off 2 feet first, the Kelce train is when his fucking PR team did a whole New York Times profile about themselves and took a victory lap about how this has been like a 5-year plan to make this dude into a celebrity. So basically, he's been fame whoring.
Who, Jason or Travis?
Travis. For 5 years, like it's been their job. They had a plan for it. I was like, oh, this is disgusting.
There are a minimum of 3 fame whores on this podcast currently. They're just a minimum of 3.
Takes one to know one, you know.
It does. You mean Amin right now?
What? How did I get in this shit?
Are you kidding me?
Never. I've
no
never,
one
I've
does
never wanted
like me, which by the way is grammatically horrible. You wouldn't say than me.
No,
because the finish of that it would be then me do rather than I do. That's how you figure that shit out.
Me do.
I said no one. Right. So there should have been no one does pensive better than I.
What?
Waz, I think you can.
I think we figured out why Amin doesn't do writing anymore.
I think you can chalk up the Travis Kelce thing to back when he had that dating show in 2016.
Oh my God!
Catching Kelce, like
Jesus. So he's been doing it for 8 years now.
And it just so happens that he somehow ended up in a very public relationship with the biggest star in the world.
Just so happened, my ass.
Dog, can you imagine a PR firm hiring a PR firm that can get you into a relationship with the most popular star in the world?
I can respect that hustle. That's why I have way less of a problem with Travis. One, he's an all-time great at a skill position, not a fucking offensive lineman.
Wait, so lineman? You know,
wow.
Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect.
He's a Hall of Famer, Zach.
You guys are in the trenches, Zach.
Stay in the trenches then.
You wouldn't know anything about
in the trenches. They're both Hall of Famers.
So
I got hit in football. I said, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this.
Man, I just went through my Google Photos to try to find the photo that I'm talking about, Zach. And I went to like, when you can search by like a face. So I was like, I'll look for Zach's face. I'll look for my face. I'll look for Windhurst's face. And I clicked on Brian's name and all of his photos came up in my photo album. And this one popped up.
Sussman?
The Game of Zones.
The Game of Zones, Brian Windhurst showed up.
He looks like he's
And
the
I'm
little
like,
finger. Or no, he's
bravo.
the Varys. He's the master of whispers.
Bravo. When you can fool the AI algorithm from Google, that means you did a really good job.
Man, I gotta have that photo on my phone somewhere.
You have to. You've got to.
I know I had a printout like they sent us like a holiday card or a thank you card with the whole
glossy
thing
photo?
on it. So I know I have
Glossy?
that somewhere.
Oh, you know what?
Oh, this
Maybe
is too
it's
old.
Ramsey.
Oh, check
Ramsey.
check him.
Check Gordon Ramsay.
Not Gordon Ramsay.
Right.
Oh,
Ramsey Snow.
Is this good podcasting?
Skill-
Us just looking for photos?
It's really not, but it's okay because you guys will eventually find this photo.
It's gonna be worth it.
hope.
I'm
It's
telling
worth
you, it is an all-time bad look for me. Like
Why?
it is
why
I've
we
got
need
the
that.
all-time bad look for you. I've got Zach's profile picture in my phone when he calls or whatever text is this picture of you like this is right around I think you're watching probably Pamela Anderson Lee or whatever because it's you holding a dog and you're completely
No, this is one in the photo that Tom's talking about. I'm dressed way worse. And
way
I'm
worse than
probably
this. Hold on.
Then the one with me like holding the dog, on the phone, absolutely. Why is that my photo? Why did you save that photo? That's a weird photo.
Because I thought it was funny. I was like, this is a funny picture of Zach. I
You
like
want me to
that
call and
funny
it'll come
picture.
out?
Yeah, do that, please.
All right, there you go.
All right. Oh,
It's Amin talking.
hold on. Do it again. I got to lock my
Oh.
phone in order to get that full picture.
Oh, gotcha. All right, you ready? Is
Yeah.
this good podcasting? Me calling to me?
Yeah.
Hey man, this is
Nope.
for the Patreon.
It's still doing the small version of it. I don't know why. but-
Oh, perfect. Yep,
Yeah.
that's
Here,
really good.
I have the photo. Hold on, I'm gonna put the photo up.
Look at this
Oh,
photograph.
the graph.
Working really hard in the archives. Was 1
Yo,
out of
what's up?
10. 1 out
This
of
one.
for the whole season for the
There
finale
it
of
is.
industry.
Yeah.
There it is.
1
looking
out of
like
10. I'll give it a
Timberland.
9.2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not 10 out of 10 for me, but definitely a 9.2. I thought it was strange that they smoked the wife, but
Yeah.
listening to interviews with the creators, they're just like, we're changing the show. We're gonna change the show next year, which I think is cool.
Yeah, that was an
What,
interesting
Tom?
choice.
Is it
as
being
well.
spoiled for you, Tom?
doesn't
I don't
know
even
who
know
we're
what you're
talking
talking about.
Okay, nice. Okay.
But yeah, I
but
thought it was
9.3. It was close to perfect. It was
a
insane.
pretty crazy season finale. It was a pretty crazy season overall. It was definitely a level up. And yeah, listening to the watch and listening to Mickey and Conrad talk about it, they basically said we put it all up
We're
on the
done.
board and we said, I don't know if we're gonna get to do all this shit again. So let's go for it. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's do
the fact that they're leaving the trading floor, just like, yo, yes, we are two guys who come from this world. We are two guys that come from this world.
Yeah.
But we have other interests. We care about government. We care about, class, blah, blah, blah. It's dope, man. I'm happy for those dudes.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was a big shakeup for just about every character, so I appreciated that, and I like the subtlety of the way they like kind of seeded what was going to happen, or like seeded how characters were feeling about certain things, and then you get the decisive action. And
I'll just say this: the Yasmin thing I knew was going to happen.
Yeah,
like
it was hilarious.
I knew that was gonna happen.
That was fucking hilarious. That was so good, and yeah, man. Shouts to Kid Harington. I guess we'll be seeing more of him.
That's
going
another
forward.
thing. He was a revelation this season.
Yeah.
I did not know this dude was this funny. He is completely hilarious. And, look at me, Louie. I've reached out to the showrunner and I was like, yo, did you know that Kit Harington was this funny. He was like, no. He told us he was going to add this spin, and he smoked it. Shouts to my man Mickey Down.
Yeah. Shouts to Waz having Mickey Down on speed dial.
That's Joe Pesci improvised that. He had the idea for the scene in Goodfellas where he makes Ray Liotta laugh like that, where he puts his like circle up to his eye or whatever. He had the whole idea for that scene and kind of like ad-libbed the whole thing, and Ray Liotta had no idea what was happening in the scene. They didn't tell him, so those are all like genuine reactions. There you go. Same thing. I watched that TikTok this morning.
Same thing.
Education via TikTok. Have you found the photo yet? Or do we need to keep scrolling?
It's not. It's definitely not in my phone.
So we didn't find the photo.
I have to find the physical. I'm gonna have to find the physical one.
Very good. Very good.
You guys did a good job of filming.
Podcasting.
Yeah, that's good
I
stuff.
do have this one though. Zach, do you know where this is from? I know you're very nervous right now, but
No, I know. I used to look terrible. That I don't remember.
It's a meal. It's a napkin in the foreground.
Somewhere. Is that
It's a
Cleveland?
message.
I know where it
bag,
is.
You little bits. You were in a messenger bag.
No. I never had a messenger bag. It's just a laptop bag, probably.
This is Waz's favorite city in America, I believe.
Cleveland? Yeah.
Easily the worst city.
Is that the place where we ate the
The worst
pig head?
major American city I've ever been to.
Was
I'll
it
say
Greenhouse
that.
or
I'm
something,
sure
or Green
Cincinnati
Street
might be
or-
worse. Or
Yeah,
something
Green.
like that. I don't know.
This is the one. This is the one that Ethan loved the bikes
the
in
bicycles. The bicycles
Oh, yeah.
hanging.
Yeah,
With
they're like
That
bicycles on
was
the wall
one
or
of the
ceiling or
strongest
something.
restaurants in the downtown.
was good.
Though. To
That pizza
Ethan's
was good.
credit, like that downtown Cleveland didn't have the best food.
Don't go to the
options.
taco place across the street. That's
Oh,
not
no.
the strongest
La
spot.
El
Taqueria.
Barrio. El Barrio.
But there wasn't
Worst
there
Mexican
like
food
a?
in the history of Mexico.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
it
they
was a
let
good-
you.
it was
But
a
they
good
let.
place to
But
sit.
they let you buy Coronas and take them to go. You can buy a 6-pack of Corona Lights.
So
They
it's a 5 out of
stayed
5 for
open.
Amin.
They stayed open till 1 a.m. The only place in downtown
Yep.
Cleveland.
No,
during the
there was
NBA
a
Finals.
deli. Wasn't there a deli that was open till like 3?
A deli?
The deli where the shooting happened. Yes.
Well, I didn't say it was safe. I'm just saying I remember going to a deli at like 2:30 in the morning.
Me and Jerv walked by there, had an argument on our way, and because we had the argument, we didn't go back out to the deli, and that's where the shooting happened.
Saved your life.
Yeah.
You can thank Jerv.
Yeah, or Jerv could thank me, either or.
All right. Why do you
All right,
have
well.
the script for Cloud Atlas? What was this?
I don't know.
All right.
I was closing tabs and like, why do I have this? It's the full script, by the way.
All right.
We'll find the photo.
Yeah, we'll
So
find
we'll
that.
find the photo
I know
for
I have the
next
physical
one.
copy
Probably,
somewhere.
maybe, hopefully.
I leave you with some quotes from the film Cloud Atlas. And out there's you know who spawned from the dark.
good. We
Old
can end
Georgie
it.
and me crossing paths more times than I'm comfy memorying.
Maze,
After I died,
just
no
just
telling
end
what
it.
fangy devil will try to
This
do
is
to me.
worse podcasting than us listening.